Hello and welcome to this week's news. With today's news, I am Aisha Ali. Over the past week, terrorizing and killing innocent Oromo civilians has escalated on the Somali-Oromo border. The Liyu Police and Somali Special Police Force, who are under the direct command of the federal Ethiopian government, have waged a war, displacing hundreds and thousands of innocent Oromo residents. In Midagalola district, in an attempt to defend their land, 2 Somali Special Police Force have died and 1 Oromo resident was killed. A Midagalola resident explains that they have accommodated hundreds of Oromos displaced by the border conflict and shared their gratitude for the support of both Oromos in Oromia and the diaspora. Grassroots financial and moral support has been evident across Oromia. Many small towns, big cities and villages have come together to house the border conflict-related displaced Oromo people and provide various forms of assistance. One out of many cities include Machara City. Residents gathered 500,000 birr for displaced Oromos. A displaced Oromo person we spoke with explains that through travelling long distances and through difficult circumstances, we have reached Adama City. Many of the displaced Oromos are from East Hararghe and Oromos living in the Somali region. They are travelling by feet to various parts of Oromia, which expand hundreds of kilometres. Monetary aid from all over Oromia has been collected to assist the displaced Oromos. Baroda City collected 200,000 birr, Guba Qoricha 100,000 birr, and cities such as Harramille, Qobbo, Finfinne, Dambidollo, Dadar, Adama, Gudar, Gullalle, Galan, Ambo, Ginchi, Haramaya, Bushoftu, Nakamte, and Moyale are a few of the hundreds of cities collecting financial aid. Other forms of humanitarian assistance from Chiro City and others are also being utilised by those displaced. Many of the Oromos residing in the Somali regions, such as Wachale and Jijiga, have been displaced, property and assets destroyed by the federal Ethiopian government and the Somali Special Police, and are now forced to move to the Oromo regions. Oromo residents from Jijiga explained to OMN that Somalis and Oromos have been coexisting peacefully for years. However, the Somali Special Police and federal Ethiopian government attempting to incite conflict has caused much bloodshed to the Oromo population. Residents are being accommodated in cities such as Adarebiyo, also known as Harar City, and many districts across Hararghe. One such district is Kombolcha. In southeast Oromia, Bale, Raitu district has encountered tragic bloodshed. 18 Oromos were treacherously murdered by the Somali Special Police Force. The Oromos in this area have fought back to defend their land. Neighbouring Agarfa district had gathered 100,000 birr as financial aid for the injured and displaced. An elder who took the financial aid to Raitu district explains, "The people of Raitu are hospitable and shared his faith in the Oromo people uniting to fight for their rights." Also, in nearby Gindir district, 12 Oromos were killed by the Somali Special Police Force. Their corpse was taken back to Raitu, where the community gave these heroes the burial they deserved. Somali Special Police Force have invaded Beltu and Sawena districts, only to continue their killing spree. On the other hand, in Dawe Kachan district, 4 Oromos have severely been injured by the Somali Special Police. In East Hararghe, Harramille, a young Oromo man, Abdul Jabbar Muhammad, was cold-bloodedly murdered by the Ethiopian regime. During his funeral service, hundreds of residents gathered to pay their condolences. The Ethiopian military detained and physically abused many of the attendees. Similarly, in West Hararghe, Mieso district, residents have been kidnapped and their whereabouts are not known. A resident explains that many of those detained and kidnapped were travelling to take the finances gathered from this city to those affected. Also in Kumbi Bordodde, 4 Oromos were horrendously killed by the Somali Special Police. In South Oromia, Borana, Moyale City, Somali Special Police Force have infiltrated the city and opened fire, killing innocent civilians. Eyewitness accounts report both the Somali Special Police and the Ethiopian security forces are working side by side to ensure fear in this area. Also in this area, Guji, conflict has been incited by the Ethiopian regime, causing neighbouring ethnic groups to fight the Oromo. As a result, Many innocent lives have been lost. Many of the displaced Oromos have been taken to various military camps. An eyewitness account reports that in these military camps, people are abused and exposed to horrendous living conditions. 2 pregnant women were forced to give birth in these conditions without receiving the necessary medical attention. Oromo students who had been in prison with no due process have received their unfair sentencing. 45 Oromo students from Central Oromia, Bosat district, have been sentenced to 4 years in prison for allegedly participating in Oromo protests during 2016. The Tigrayan-led Ethiopian government is continuing to incite border conflicts, only this time between the Oromo Harreyu and the Afar ethnic group. The Oromo and Afar have been bordering each other for centuries, and if any conflicts arise, they find peaceful resolutions. According to a resident, the Ethiopian government is deliberately displacing Oromos from their land and forcing the Afar to move on to Oromo territory. Oromo refugees in Djibouti have informed OMN that they are fearful for their lives as they have now become targets due to the ongoing inter-ethnic border conflicts between the Oromo and the Somali Special Police. Thank you for watching, take care, and see you next time.